we're starting with a song. It's Sonia G. This is the Moon Babes Monday Night Live. We're gonna pin a comment. Hi, come to the party. We're having a party tonight. I turned on the music. You guys remember this song? I Need a Miracle. Can we have a dance for December? We're gonna turn it up. Hi, loves. Welcome. I asked my angels to play a song, and this is what happened. And I was like, let's do this thing. Let's do it. I need a miracle. Yes, all the feels good. Do you guys ever do that? Where you're like, angels, play a song. I need to recharge. I've been talking for like 6 hours straight today. So I needed a song in between the things. And I was like, yes, I hear you. Thank you for being here. We're going to start this live with the song. It's Miracle Making Month. Hi, loves. Welcome. Good job, angels, on the song. Yes, I need a miracle. Good song. Welcome to the Moon Babes Monday Night Live. We have astrology that's like insanity central for December. It's really not, but it's very powerful. And those of you that were just in Moon Babe Society Astrology Hour, we went over all of that. And we have a true opportunity, right? So whether you're in Moon Babe Society or not, the astrology is what it is this month. There's like a shitstorm, which is not really a shitstorm. It's a light storm of information that's coming in. We had a total solar eclipse. We have a 12/12 portal. We have the beginning of Venus retrograde for the longest period ever, right? Like a whole entire recalibration. We have the solstice, the winter solstice. We have a full moon or new moon at 27 degrees. Full moon, the full moon is at 27 degrees on this activation axis. Full moon in Gemini, completely opposite the galactic center, creating this activation axis, like activating this whole new timeline. And then there's just activation after activation after activation this month. It's like ding, 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 domino effect, okay? So it's an amazing month of shifting. This is a timeline shift month. Period. The fucking end. Jump the timelines, my love. Learn to vibrate on higher frequencies. Learn to raise your energy field to vibrate higher. Learn to go and create what's missing in your life, right? Learn to manifest the answers. This is the month to do all of this. It's like there's such a, also towards the end of the month, Chiron goes direct after having been retrograde. You guys know Chiron is the planet that's known as the wounded healer. That's the one that carries the wounds of all of our stories of, all of the past lives. That's like all of the victim stories. It's been retro and it's going to go direct. Okay. These are all of the people that are like, oh yeah, I know I shouldn't take all this on, but I do. That's Chiron, right? The people that are like, oh, I should probably have boundaries, but like, I don't know how to say no. Or like, I don't know how to stop leaking energy. That's like our Chiron kind of wounds type stuff. So Chiron has been taking us on a journey to learn lessons. And now he's going to go direct and he's going to be like, did you learn your fucking lesson? So there's going to be a shift. Some people are going to step into higher frequency, higher planes of existence, higher timeline, multidimensional living, really, truly like physically on planet Earth, right? More light, less density. And some people are going to be like, I did not fucking learn my lesson. This karmic dump did not do anything for me. I kind of missed the fucking point of the eclipse. I sort of shit on everything that that my guides and my angels were telling me to do this year. And I decided to just watch TV all fucking year wrong, right? Like long. And I'm just going to be in this timeline over here. So there will be a separation of timelines. And I don't like to use the word separation, like we have it in such a negative way, but the timelines are like, you vibrate here or you vibrate here. And so if you're here, you're not here, right? Unless you want to be here. And then you're playing at a lower level. And when you're playing at a lower level, then your soul wants to be playing at, you're playing small, you're shrinking, you're pretending to not know, you're not utilizing your creative energy. And when you're not utilizing your creative energy, you feel like death. You feel fucking depressed inside. You feel like you don't belong. You feel like the world doesn't make sense. You feel like you don't even know why the fuck you're here. You feel like all of those lower vibrational feelings that we don't want to feel, and they are not necessary to feel. Okay. So remember that there is a shift, and it kind of feels like the feeling of it is like we're like either like we're losing our training wheels, right? Like all of a sudden it's liftoff. Like the ground is going down from under the feet. Like the ground is going to break. Can you fly? Right? Like the training wheels are going off. Can you continue going straight without falling? It's like, it's that moment where at first it feels like a little sticky energy and you're like, right? Like unearthing, and then you're going to land at the top. So how do you do this? And how do you shift? How do you sustain? What the fuck does it mean to actually shift to a higher timeline? Okay. We are vibrating ourselves. Our cells are literally turning over and clearing so that they vibrate at a place that doesn't vibrate here, but vibrates here. So over here, you wake up to a reality where it's like, I have to do this again. I'm in a fight with my boyfriend. I have to show up at work and da 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 da. This is this reality, okay? Then you clean up your energy, you clean up your cells, you do your breath work, you do your alignment, you do your higher vibrational practices, you get your thinking on, you work with your right and your left brain, you do all of the good moves in life, right? And then all of a sudden you're like here and you're like, fuck yes, I'm excited to wake up. Oh my gosh, my boyfriend's the best, right? Or girlfriend, whatever. But like, you know what I'm saying? Oh my gosh, I'm so excited to show up for work today. I have the best job in the world, right? This is a different timeline. So that's what happens. You're either a match for this or you're a match for this. Where would you rather fucking live, right? Do you want to do you want to play small and live down here, or do you want to show the fuck up and be over here, right? And a lot of people this month, I feel like, are going to be put in front of these choices. And if you don't know, then it won't be a conscious choice. Then it will be a passive choice. And passive choices are the fucking worst. It means that the universe puts you in front of a situation where you're like, what do you want from me? You don't want that, okay? So get conscious and get in front of it and get in the energy flow. How do you do that? Meditate every day. Show up in the morning, talk to yourself in the mirror, have a little pep talk, journal it out, right? However it works for you. I teach you guys in all the courses to do it in the mirror. And you can, have a moment to ground, to set your intention, and to understand what it is that the energy of today is, moving you through. Where do you want to move? Who the fuck do you want to be today? Do you want to be, here, or do you want to be here? Every day you get to choose. And honestly, you don't fucking have to be who you were yesterday. Like, who do you want to be today? You get to choose again every fucking day. Do you want to be here? Do you want to be here? Timeline, low vibes, timeline, high vibes, right? Everything is, like making me want to scream. Everything is working out for me, right? Like, this is where you feel like you're playing small and your soul is dying and just like whimpering away. This is where you feel like you're alive and you're riding high on a planet where it doesn't fucking make sense that you would be this happy, but you are, because you've been doing the work and it shows, and your energy is glowing and your vibe is high and you're manifesting the life of your dreams despite the fact that the world's going to shit. You're living your fucking dreams. And people are like, how the fuck do you do that? We're in the middle of a pandemic. Everything is shut down. Nothing is working. We're supposed to be in hiding. And you're like, I am manifesting the life of my fucking dreams. This is where I'm at. This is where I live. This is where we want to be. Okay. What we are about to do in this month of December is not going to make sense to a lot of fucking people. Remember, we are not a lot of fucking people. We're just not. Like, don't compare yourself to the other people because that doesn't work out for us. It never works well for us, right? Compare yourself to who you want to be. That's the only comparison ever. Don't compare yourself to like anyone else. It's just you versus you. It's about you and where you want to be and who you want to be and where you want to go. And that's really it, right? Okay, questions. I feel like I'm in a high vibe timeline, but my physical body is purging. Ooh, this brings up a good thing that we can talk about. It's the because it's physical ascension. It's purging toxins from ascension symptoms, and sometimes I feel so icky. Okay, so there is a big difference, Carla, I think it is, that of what's happening. And this is the year, at the beginning of 2021, in fact, I did explain, this is physical ascension. This is a year of physical ascension because before it was all about, spiritual awakening, right? Mind opening, spiritual awakening. And then all of a sudden it's like, the body needs to catch up with this. Like the body wants to vibrate higher together with the mind and the spirit and the soul, especially, right? Driving all of this stuff. And so it's like, well, it's the spirit. The spirit is the one that drives. The soul records the stories. It's a whole bigger concept. But anyways, we know that we're elevating and we must ascend and elevate in every level of who we are, which includes the physical. This year is a physical year, big time, okay? So the body just has to calibrate to the frequency that we're holding on the inside. And so as we release traumas and we do clearing work and we do shadow work, right? We integrate higher frequencies, we activate light inside of us, the body has to lose the density. So there's a lot of detoxing. This is literally why at the beginning of the year, Kelsey and I did a course that was called Dancing with the Light. And we called it the new workout to dance with the light. Okay. And it's really about movement and integrating the flow of spirit and of, maybe we need to like do that for you guys for Christmas for like a 24-hour, 72-hour flash sale or something. But like it's all of the aspects have to be integrated. And so dancing with the light is just, think of it like what it means, right? In your life is like you are moving with the light. And the light is information. The light is the knowledge and the activations and everything that is coming in, which is very powerful. And if it doesn't fit inside your body, then your body has to detox because the information has to land somewhere. And if you're going to hold the higher frequencies, it means you can't hold on to density anymore. So purging, detoxing, let it go, sweating, all practices to clear, right? But it all has to be done together. So as that's happening with the physical body, we get to be happy. We get to be vibrating high as the body detoxes. So many times people associate, oh, my body doesn't feel well to I don't feel happy. Unfucking necessary, okay? And I'm saying this like this, not just for you, but I'm saying this in general. When your body doesn't feel well, you can still be happy, right? When your body is in detox mode, you get to support your body by being happy and vibrating the frequency of high vibes, right? From the inside out. You get to help it. You get to support your body, right? Your body is housing your spirit and your energy. So your mind can still have happy thoughts. Your thoughts have nothing to do with the way that your body feels. Isn't that amazing? Like it's totally different. We have entangled it all, but you can think super happy thoughts while your body is having a detoxing experience that may or may not be pleasant, right? Like kind of a thing. So make sure that you rewire, because this is really what's happening is some people are going to step into being creators this month. The higher timeline is where you are creating. You are no longer associating to the rules of this reality. You're fucking done. Okay. Like so many people are done, and you understand this, and you get to a certain level where you understand. It's actually in this book. We talked about it tonight in Family of Light. Let me see if I can find this quote because it's freaking perfect. We opened right to it. Thank you, angels. I see you. This is really our Pleiadian guides. Check this out. Okay. This is Family of Light, Barbara Marciniak, page 59. Clearly with all of the highlights. It says, learn how to think. Learn how to think. Like critical thinking, not a thing that's like generally a thing in society. But learn how to think, okay? And thinking means that you're creating thought forms. You're creating thought forms in your head. And then decide what you want to believe. Learn to think, decide, okay? Solar plexus situation. What you want to believe, which is what you want to put your energy in. This takes courage. However, you're not alone. Okay. So basically, this is a whole thing. Like I could talk about that sentence for hours. You have to decide what you want to believe. Nobody else is going to decide it, right? For you. But if you don't decide, then naturally you're going to believe what the majority of people are going to believe, because that's the imprint in the air. And if you don't push out and emit your own frequency on the energy around you, then the energy around you is going to come in. You either have the ability to imprint or you get imprinted on. And this is going to be a huge difference between, how we're going to live out this month and through this next year. But that's the key. It's your ability to decide what you want to believe in. It doesn't fucking matter if nobody else believes in it. It doesn't fucking matter at all. What do you want to believe in? And after you figure that out and you think through that, decide that you're going to fiercely support it with all of your energy. You fucking believe it and you hold space for it. Period, the end. Then that begins to unfold. Then you're the creator of your own framework. Now you're creating your own reality, right? This is called emitting your own frequency. But what does it actually mean, right? You're always emitting a frequency. You're always emotionally vibing something. A lot of people just do it unconsciously. They just don't know. They're having a bad day all over reality. They're like, some people are having a good day all over reality. And guess what? It keeps on getting better and better and better, right? So some people are vibrating out, are emitting a frequency of wellness in the face of not healthy bullshit. So they keep on being well, okay? I have been exposed to this fucking thing. I don't even know how many times. Like people come in and out of my house. I get texts, from people in different services like, hey, just so you know, I tested positive. I'm like, great. Can I come bring you cookies? Like, what the fuck do you need? Like, I don't really care, because I don't believe that's not in my field. That is not in my framework of reality, period to fucking end. That shit I'm not available for. So what do you believe? Right? What do you believe, and how does that shift your reality? Do you take in other people's reality, or do you project out your own reality? So whatever it is that you believe in, that's it. Nobody else has to agree with you, Really, nobody else. Nobody else has to believe that you can be a spiritual teacher and fuck all over the place. Not like, say fuck all over the place. Nobody has to believe, right, any of the things that I believe, but guess what? I believe in them so hard that it's part of my reality. Everybody thought I was like losing my shit when I started talking about astral travel and swearing all over the internet and talking about spirituality. But guess what? Here we fucking are. And we have an amazing tribe. So there we go. Nobody has to believe what you believe for it to become real for you. Okay. Word of the month. My favorite word of the month. My favorite word of all the time. But it's the word of the month is believe. Believe, believe, believe. Just believe in your good qualities and your good, decision-making skills. Believe in your power to change your reality. Believe that you can change your own life. Like, start to believe in yourself. Start to put energy into that instead of worrying about what the fuck they're gonna do and when they're gonna enforce this, and oh my gosh, this is coming, da 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 da, and now it's coming down to this, and fuck, do we da 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 da. Start to believe in your ability to create shifts in reality. Start to believe that you are so powerful that you can alter the outcome of a world construct. That's where you want to put your money in. That's where you want to put your time in. That's where you want to put your energy in, is creating a new structure for yourself. Not spend your time, money, and energy in worrying about all of these other things. Worrying never served anybody any purpose besides leaking energy and giving it away to somebody else with a fucking bow on it. Here, leak my, vampire out my energy. I am so worried. Here, have all my worries and feed your vampiric self off of them. Who the fuck wants to do that? Don't leak energy. You know what I mean? Like, don't worry. Create. Do not worry. Create the way that you want to feel and push it out on reality. Make reality hear you. I once said, make reality your bitch. It doesn't have to be like that dramatic, but make the fabric of reality work for you. Why would it be the other way? You don't fucking work for reality. Reality works for you. You came to command it. You came to be in charge of it. Your field does not control you. You control your field. Got it? Yay! We can do this. Amazing. I feel like we need to make reels off of that. I know, that's awesome. Yes, yes, yes. Amazing. Okay. Where is my scarf from? I think I got it at TJ Maxx, one of my favorite places to shop. It is this season. I found it this season. So, yes. Okay. What are the symptoms? Detoxing symptoms? Is that what we're talking about? Like ascension symptoms? Ascension symptoms are always the same. Okay. So they just hit at different levels depending on where you are on the journey. Ascension symptoms include, I feel like I could do a commercial. Ascension symptoms include runny nose. I'm teasing. Jesus. Okay. Calm down. Sip of water. Let's not make this into a commercial. Hang on. Nobody wants to commercialize ascension symptoms, but we do want to know about them. So ascension headaches, ascension symptoms include like ascension headaches, chills, and hot sweats. That's when you're detoxing. They include third eye headaches, massive headaches in your brain, sharp pains in your skull, like in your brain, because your brain is activating. They include spinal electricity situations that makes you nauseous. It includes recalibration, like vertigo kind of stuff. It includes blurry vision because your eyes have to recalibrate. It includes ears ringing, seeing lights flashing from the sides of your eyes, like when things activate. It includes, there's like a phase that like gets your whole collarbone situation. It's an activation of like an energy field that has to do with like ancestral stuff. Then you have there's times you have to like put a freaking like bucket of ice on your head because you're like on fire. And then you learn how to like work with it instead of like getting to the Band-Aid, right? Instead of doing the cure, you do the prevention. That's where we want to be. What else is ascension symptoms? Having the runs. Sometimes it's puking and having the runs, but the body has to detox. So if you're on the toilet, right, like, because things gotta go. That's part of detoxing and those things. And then you can have like intolerances that happen, right? So all of a sudden you're like, your body is like, no, I can't have this, I can't have that, I can't have that. That's because you're like recoding inside. Ascension symptoms also includes skin rashes, because like you're in activating crystalline structures underneath your skin. So there's a lot of different things. I go over, these are the things that like this is like the Metaphysical Mastermind course. If you're like deep into like, you know, all of the layers of ascension and how to work with your superpowers. So understand that for every ascension symptom, there is a superpower wanting to be birthed inside of you. So if you don't want the ascension symptoms, if you don't want to do a million Epsom salt baths and lots of ice on your head and all of the, you know, oils and the things, and, you know, if you don't want to do that, then do the high frequency fucking lifestyle. So decide that you're going to meditate all the time. Decide that you're going to go with the cycles of the higher energy. You're going to deal with your shit. You're going to take a look at it. You're going to fucking feel your feelings. You're going to utilize them to set intentions. You're going to create your own realities. You're going to show up for the mission of your soul, and you're going to stay on track, and you're going to do it vibing high. You're going to teach your mind how to be happy. You're going to teach your body how to feel good and be in alignment. And then you can say, bye, fucking bye, ascension symptoms, because I'm vibrating so high that you're constantly in alignment. So the ascension symptoms go away. This is how I like to do it. Otherwise, you can be in that mode where you're just, you know, needing to like baby your physical body all the time. And a lot of people get very sensitive about that because it gets very fucking real. Physical pain is like physical pain. But at some point, you have to decide that is like, I am done. I am done dealing with the consequences. I am done dealing with the aftermath. I am done feeling like I'm constantly like run over by a train. I am going to get on the front line of this. I'm going to ride the wave of energy on top. I'm not going to keep on getting smacked in the fucking undertow just because I don't want to take a half hour for myself to meditate every day. Just because I keep telling myself I'm going to do it on Monday, or I'm going to do it next week, or I'm going to do it when I have time, and then I never fucking have time, right? Like, you're going to decide that it's fucking worth it for you to invest time, money, energy, and dedication to yourself to get your fucking ascension on. Then you don't have ascension symptoms anymore. Okay. So that's how it goes. So amazing. When I read something about awakening too fast for your body to catch up with the awakening, blew my mind. Yeah, when I had read something. Yeah, okay. So it kind of is. So for a lot of people right now, they weren't paying attention. Let's say this. A lot of people in our world thought that vegetarian was the thing to do, and they did not fucking understand the concept of what being vegetarian meant. So they were eating saturated fat and fucking French fries and like Velveeta cheese because it was vegetarian and there was no animals in there, and they just didn't want to kill the animals, so they were vegetarians, but they were eating like shit. Okay, those people now are having major consequences because they didn't understand shit eating is like, all they wanted to do was like, you know, they thought they were doing something good, but they were not informed. And they weren't informed because they didn't want to think. And, you know, they still went to McDonald's and they still went to like the cheap fast food places or whatever the fuck. They just didn't want to deal with understanding their food and their food choices. Therefore, they ate food that didn't nourish their bodies. And if that happened to you, you're going to need to detox it out, right? And I'm not saying this has happened to you, but I'm just saying a lot of people put inside their bodies shit that they didn't realize that was horrible. Processed fat, GMOs, fat-free this, sugar-free that, right? A bunch of sweeteners. There were a lot of things that were very harmful to the physical body that as long as they were vegetarian, a lot of people went through that. Like, you know, 10 years ago, that was a phase. Then it became vegan. And whatever the hell not, but like people still eat like shit and meaning like they eat processed foods and they eat unhealthy things. But things that go in your body are not just the food. They're also your fucking feelings. So people that have been traumatized and have kept those traumas inside and they haven't dealt with them, those people's bodies have to fucking detox. So if you start adding the bad food eating together with all of your traumas from childhood and all of the, you know, daddy issues and the mommy issues and the ex-boyfriend issues and the Me Too movement issues and the whatever the fuck not issues and all of that that's stuck inside of our bodies, well, fuck yeah, the people that didn't deal with that shit, that's a huge, huge, huge breakdown of the body because They were just going to yoga and paying attention to like, oh, everything is love and light. But then they were eating shit and keeping shit inside, and they didn't make enough room. So if this happened to you, it's just a call, right? Or if this happened to any of the people around you, you'll be like, oh, it's a frequency mismatch. All that it is, it's a frequency mismatch. Just don't make it mean anything. Like, it's not, I'm not saying this to you to say, like, beat up on yourself. I'm saying, oh, I got to fucking do something about it. This is my time. I'm going to carpe diem. I'm going to choose in. I'm going to do the work, right? And that's how it goes. And then you're going to turn on, and then you're going to go ding, ding, ding. And then your body's going to clear, and you get very aware. So what happens if you're in one of those ruts? You get very aware of consumption. Consumption is everything that you put inside of your body. It's the televisions you watch, it's the people you talk to, it's the social media, it's the food, it's what you drink. All of your intake goes inside of your body. Your body is a storage device. What do you put inside of your body? What kind of thoughts do you put inside of your body? How do you feel about yourself? What kind of feelings do you put inside of your body? All of that. Okay, but food is a lot of it, because obviously food is what supports the body. So if the body has good food to fuel it, you're doing great. I mean, you're doing a lot better. If it's not, then you're not. If you were eating really good, but you were not dealing with all of the traumas, I mean, it's a similar situation. Everybody has a different mix to the cocktail ingredients of their ascensions, right? And that's like of their ascension process. And that's just kind of what it is. And I say this stuff like very directly, but it's not because there's judgment in it. It just fucking is what it is. It's called the human experience. It's not bad or wrong. It just is what it is. We're just in a world where shit, has been like so closed off, so many channels of understanding and of higher knowledge were like, nope, not available. That a lot of people didn't break through the understanding of higher available realities for a really long time. And so now as you surface and you're like, wait, that wasn't good for me. Wait, I could have done this better. Wait, I could have cleared that ex-boyfriend trauma. Wait, I can change this story, right? And now you're like, as you do all that, it's like, amazing. I'm going to do this. I'm going to clear this off. I'm going to clean that out. I'm going to start eating like this. I'm going to detox my system, and you make better choices and better choices and better choices. And it just keeps getting better and better and easier and higher. And, it keeps building. The beginning is always where you have to beat that inertia. So when you start moving through something new, it's like, okay, you got to do it. So yes, yes, yes. Amazing. Being a ballerina all my life. I feel like I've always danced with light in my light. I love that. That's beautiful. Okay, I keep having white flashes corner of my eyes lately, and today has been running into shit like I'm on a boat. Is this normal? Yes, you have to. So I don't know what you mean, like running into shit like I'm on a boat. Like you feel kind of wobbly. Yes, it is normal in ascension because this is your energy field recalibrating. So this is kind of that phase that I was saying, like vertigo. You're just changing your grounding, right? So you're changing your grounding. Understanding your energy field is the key. For any of you that don't understand how to work your energy field, there's literally a free course on my website called the Energy Hack 101. Go and learn that. That's like very basic, simple stuff that like everybody needs to know. And then there's the Sacred Chakras journey that teaches you how to hold your energy field. Maybe one day when you do a workshop that specifically is how to hold your energy around you, because like that's a big, big deal. Very, very important. You're an angel and have helped me so much through my awakening. Oh, I'm so glad. I'm happy to hear. Same. Okay, I love you guys. Yes. Yeah, critical thinking has gone out the window. Yes. We don't work for reality. I love that you guys, we need to put some of these quotes into the card deck. Now that you guys know that it's officially coming out, right? Could you please repeat the name of the book? Yes, Shri. It's called Family of Light, and it's by Barbara Marciniak. I have to meet you, 1111. I don't know the whole name, but so this is the book, loves. I'm showing you for those of you that you want to see it. So there will be one retreat next year. One. I am thinking that I may announce it at the very beginning of the year so that those of you guys that want to come you'll know ahead of time and can plan for it. But I can tell you right now that it is going to be for the solstice in June. That's going to be a life fucking changing event. Okay. It's going to be over a few days and it's going to be phenomenal. So amazing. Okay. Yeah. You guys are sharing the book. Yay. Okay. Eye twitching, also normal. You are just needing to shift through all of the, like your vision and all of the different, you're just shifting channels. Yeah. All of these things. Yes. Yep. Having so much shoulder pain today and had no idea why. Okay. All of you that are dealing with ascension symptoms and want to shift through them and move through them, mind, body, and spirit, that is dancing with the light. We did a course about this. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a 72-hour flash sale because I feel like the ascension symptoms are like majorly like flaring up after the eclipse. So if you don't know what the phases of ascension are and how to move through them, like all of these things that I just said, okay, if that resonates with you, your eyes, your ears, what happens with this, and then skin rashes, and then twitches, and then vertigo. Like if you don't know like about moving through all of these things, the phase where you like can't have sex, the phase where you can't have alcohol, like these are different things and how to recalibrate through them. This is literally all in Dancing with the Light. Okay, so watch for that. I'm going to send you an email. Oh yeah, I need to send you an email to remind you that tonight's the last night to get Dump the Junk at the price that it is. We're doing a million things. But those of you that also want to like move through that, we're going to do it. We're just going to fucking do it. We're going to do a 72-hour flash sale because I love you. And we're doing a million different things. What is your skin secret? You're so cute. A lot of fucking filters on Instagram. No, my skin secret is I've never done any cosmetic procedure ever on my skin. The truth is I use mineral makeup and I love it. And that's what you're seeing. But I do have like spots and things on my skin that I'm finally like, I'm 42 and I'm like, maybe I need to do something about this. But I don't. I just use all sorts of natural stuff. And I love it. And I really love Christian Dior kind of stuff. That the stuff that he grows in his rose garden, that's what I use on my skin. And then I use this stuff called Egyptian Magic that you can get on Amazon that's super cheap. And it's one of my favorite things to put on my skin. So that's it. And then I don't do Botox and I don't do any of the things. Okay, Steph. So many things happening right now to me. Yeah, so you guys are feeling this. Yes. How long do they last? It depends on which ascension symptom you're moving through. Yes. Thank you. Okay, I'm glad. This is helping. We are good. Amazing. This detox is crazy this time, but I'm still going. Yeah, still going. Yeah, keep your mind in a happy place. There is a big power in being able to keep your mind and your thoughts positive when your body is going through something, even when you're tired. Be grateful. If you can't be anything else, tap into gratitude, right? Because it just shortens all of everything else. It gets shortened. You quantum leap your healing by being in gratitude and being in higher energy. Like all of the time. Yes. Thank you. Okay. Awesome. When I'm around certain people, my ears ring. Is it me or them creating it? You. Always you. Authentic objects. So, okay. This is part of like sovereignty, which is a big deal in our reality. Okay. So become responsible for everything that's happening. Yourself on some level is creating the experience of a ringing in the ears so that you can translate that ringing into a meaning for you. It's a thing that's getting your attention. It's reality speaking to you in that form. When you start to become responsible for it, right? Like, and you start to understand that it's up to you to translate whatever that means. Now you're in charge. Now reality is your bitch. Okay. You know what I mean? I don't love that, but I love that because you understand what I mean. Okay, cool. Love and light therapy. When I'm around someone who has the thing, I get a headache. Yes, all the time. This is called dumping. So they have dumping. This is called shedding, but they dump on you, right? So whatever it is that they've had inside their system because it has not been cleared, it's kind of like when someone has a disease and it can get transmitted. It's the same fucking thing. It's just a transmission, okay, that's now coming to you, and it gives you a headache or it makes you sick or makes you nauseous. Like, to me, I feel it. It feels like I have, all of a sudden my head goes like, if I was, I don't know, it maybe like the boat example, but it just feels like all of a sudden it's like this, and my mind just goes, whoo, and it feels like my head spins and I may fall down for a second. I don't, but it feels like it, right? It feels like everything is like recalibrating, and I'm like, that motherfucker, and I'm like, just had a thing. And then I have to shield, and then I have to cleanse, and then I have to clear, and then I have to do all of this stuff in my aura. So you are more powerful than that. You can always recode all of that, right? It just requires effort. It requires power. It requires you to get out. Like, it's making us like step next level into our fierce abilities to recode our aura and say, fuck that shit. No, right? Like, I do not accept this stupid ass motherfucking transmission that's ruining the planet. I don't. Okay. I do not accept the zombie transmission. Fuck that shit, and don't, and just don't come near me. But you want to, send it up to source light to be transmuted. Not that we want to send hate, but like, you want to be like that unapologetic about it. Like, no, right? You command your reality. You're in fucking charge. You're sovereign. Okay. These are things I also teach in Sovereign Queen. I teach so many of these things in like so many different, in so many different courses. Okay. Also, for those of you that are experiencing this stuff, this is why we're doing Dump the Junk workshop. Dump the Junk, which is happening on Saturday, live here with me and a soul sister that has cracked this code on the physical dumping. So the physical detox of all of this, which a lot of people are affected for, because not everybody can hold a fierce fucking force field in their aura, like the way that like X-Men training. Not everybody went through X-Men training, right? Like to hold their auric field. And because of that, like even for me, I asked her to clear off the top of me. And I have a lot of fucking skills. So when she helped me, I was like, fuck, people need a little extra help on the top, even when they have like top-notch skills. This is the reason why I'm bringing her in to teach you, because I'm like, holy fuck, people need to know this. And a lot of you have already like scheduled to help others around the planet to detox, right? So this is like a whole new practice. I will say this about Dump the Junk. Any of you, because I did want to talk to you about this and I forgot. I didn't forget. I'm talking to you about it now. It's all in alignment. So Dump the Junk works for everybody that is sensitive to the thing, okay? Somebody that just had the thing and they, like you're around them and you feel it, or you feel foggy-minded, right? Like big symptoms are headaches, foggy mind, tiredness of the body, and then distortions in your blood cycle. Okay, those are like big things, or like cramping, because it affects the ovaries. So those are symptoms that you can clear out physically. Now, once our energy field is strong enough to where we don't intake it, like once we learn how to calibrate our force field to this stuff, then it doesn't affect us anymore. But at first, what happened to me and to a lot of us is like, I was taken by surprise. I didn't know that, like we don't know. It's the nature of dealing with something new. And so it's like, fool me once and, it's on you. Fool me twice. Fuck no, you won't. So like, I will learn, right? I will adapt, and that shit ain't happening again. I just need to feel it once. And then I'm like, no, right? I know what it is and it's done. So we learn to high level our skills. But in the meantime, there's residue in the body that was transmitted in that can be cleared. And I tell you what, after I worked with her, I felt like the fog had lifted off of my mind. I was like, duh! It was amazing. It was so good. And it fucked with my blood sugar too. So it messed with my mind, my blood sugar, and my cycle. So it was like, it was pretty, like, that's when I understood. I was like, this is fucking war. This is like energetic war. And it's not that we want to think of it that way internally all the time, but like, we just have to work on that higher level. Like, we have to learn to protect ourselves. You can't just be like, oh, it's not a big deal, because then it is, right? Like, I mean, technically you could believe whatever you wanted to believe, and as long as you believed it without letting any fear or doubts creep in, then you'd be fine, because everything depends on your level of belief systems, right? So there we go. But you have to hold it like your life depends on it, right? So it's totally up to that. And then the dump the junk is good for anybody that is feeling like they're gonna be doing it, to detox before, to harmonize it during, and then to clear after, right? So that it's just out of your system. It's like it never really occurred, right? On the highest level available that we have. And then the people that have already done it and that want to detox out and clean all of the substances that go in and like rewrite the code, we want to disengage all that. So that's what this workshop is about. Once you learn, you can perform this on others. So you can't teach others how to do it, but because you won't have the kit of materials to give them, but you will be able to have people come to you and clear them. And guess what? If you don't know what to do, if you've just been like fired from your job because you didn't want to take the thing or whatever, right? If you're like, oh shit, this is like one of those moments where I don't know what to do and I feel like I want to change my job, this is a good job to take on. Like, this is literally a new thing. Like, you know how there's people that do Reiki full time? There's people that have practices doing these things full time. This is it. Like, clearing people from this new poison is a whole new practice. And there are some of our moon babes and light workers here that already have people lined up to come to their practice. Like, it's easier if you have an existing practice, obviously. If you already see people one-on-one, if you do coaching, if you do this kind of stuff, it's so easy. Why wouldn't you want to offer that? Hey, did you want me to clear that off of your fucking system because you don't want something to take over your mRNA and rewrite your genetic code and you want to maintain your sovereignty? Would you like to do that? Yes, we would. The people would. Do you know what I mean? And so it's like, oh, you offer that as a service? Yes, guarantee you that's a full-time job, because so many people now are seeing what the fuck the side effect is. They're seeing children are like, losing hair, people that are like dying here and going down there and having all sorts of side effects and dealing with like insanity kind of stuff from doing it. Yeah, we don't have to, right? So this is the thing. So it's basically like a business in a kit. We ship you the thing and then we teach you the thing, and then you have like all of the protocols and access to them anytime you have to go through it and do it on someone. Okay? So amazing. On the dump the junk, are we going to receive tracking info for the kit? If you are international, yes. If you are US, no. But it is coming. It's all coming tracked. We're not sending out all of the tracking. But if you don't get it within a certain amount of time, just because it's a labor, everything about this is a labor of love. When you get the kit, you're going to be like, oh, wow, this is intense. So, but if you don't get it around that time, we'll make sure and track it. So we have all of that. Yeah. Okay. Fairy Princess, what about rape or being molested? Is that manifested? That's an agreement. So it's an agreement with reality. Some people do manifest it because, like if it's later on in life, there is something karmic and something that you hold, and the frequency of what you hold, like whatever it is that matches it. If you hold that low of a self-esteem that would open up, right, because of patterns of maybe abuse and maybe like other things that have happened, right? And then like that comes in, like it's a match. It's like a frequency match for someone to be, holy shit. It's either a frequency match that way or it's an agreement via karma, like some debt that had to be paid, which is the reason why a lot of people don't understand. Like they do shitty things in this life and they think it's like fine or whatever. No, karma goes up. Like karma is not fucking linear. Karma will come get you in a life 2 lives, 400 lives from now. Like at somewhere in the cosmos, the balance of scale, like it all has to even out, right? So sometimes there are things that we had set out to like learn from or deal with before. It was part of like, hey, I want to be born here. I'm choosing this coding for my birthday. I'm choosing this situation to awaken me. I am going to trigger this kind of a horrifying experience for myself to awaken to this level. So those kinds of things, which I can tell you I've had like experiences dealing with in different ways, but those hold, there's a lot to learn from them. I had a very traumatic experience that could have turned into rape. And like, I thank God and Jesus, like every day, like all the angels and all of that it didn't get to that point, because it would have been like horrifying. But I saw the timeline, and the moment that it was happening, I was like, no. Like, no, 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 right? So I shifted it to the best level of my abilities. Now, with the abilities that I have now, it wouldn't happen. But at that time, I was a match for this like thing. Not only that, it was a traumatic experience that stayed with me that I had to decode. It took me 10 years, and it turned out to be about blood. And that's where I learned so much about blood and bloodlines and understanding what is in our genetic system and why. Like, it was just, if it hadn't been that traumatic of an experience, I wouldn't have like gone back to it to understand it, right? Like, what the fuck? Why would that have to happen, right? Like, you kind of have these things and you want to clean it off of you, and you want to be like, ugh, and you want to understand like, what the hell? And it wasn't right. And it felt like it feels like a piece of your innocence is like taken away. Like, it feels like everything about you has to like reshift. It's like an energetic field that left, and you're like, fuck no, like I need my soul back. Like, you know, like I am claiming my soul. And in that process of recalibration, so much more knowledge comes in, right? So much of what I have been able to teach now through the courses, like, was literally like, I would not have figured it out if those things had not happened in such a way that had caught my attention. And there were I've had a few like situations where, you know, I call them the superhero moments. You know, like if you look at the stories of superheroes, even in like our movies or like, you know, books, there's always some trauma that happens, and then from there they get so fucking pissed and their superpowers are born. So this is what you want to do out of it. You want to figure it out. You want to open it up. You want to understand, right? So visualize it as an event in time, open it up, see what it has to tell you. Work with your emotions, do the healing. There's a lot of healing that needs to be done there. Don't suffocate that, right? There's a whole lot of reintegration, soul fragmenting, right? Like soul that needs to come in, like all of that has to be healed. We do a lot of this in Sovereign Queen, by the way. So this is literally a lot. Any of you, like, this is the work that we do in Sovereign Queen. Once it comes in, like once you work through that, there's like a liberation that happens, and there's coding in it. There's messages in it, but it doesn't hit you until you're ready to process it, until you're really ready, right? And so there are things that will torment you until they have something to teach you. And when you have learned everything that you needed to learn from them, the torment will turn into bliss. And you never would think it's possible from the beginning, because it was such a horrible experience. But once it teaches you the lesson and you transmute the energy of it, then you're like, oh, I get it. I get it. I fucking get it. And it feels so good, and it feels so amazing. And how did I not figure this out before? And I want to scream it from the top of the world, and I want everybody to feel it, and I want everybody to know it, and I'm going to do my best to share this, and nobody should ever feel this way. That's what happens. And now we've unlocked a code, and now we've unlocked a major activation, and now we're broadcasting it, because we are in no way standing for that thing anymore, and we have learned this lesson, and this is what we broadcast, so that now people don't have to go through that, right? And that's the magic of life. And like, we continue to evolve this way. So this is how we want to take those things on, okay? Amazing. Okay. I feel really good. Yeah, I've always felt crazy, like the same exact ways I've healed so many of my sicknesses. Yay, we are having to heal this body. You're such a beautiful queen. Thank you. Going to meditate. Yes, meditate, meditate, meditate. Where can we sign up for Dump the Junk? Chris, you go to my website. It's www.moonbabetribe.com. Just like the moon and then babe and then tribe.com. Okay. And then when you scroll down, you can see it's like the first course, okay, on the thing. And there's a menu on my website. If you want quick access to like scroll through all the courses, I have them all listed on the main page, like on the home page. But literally there's a menu where you click on more or you click on to like log into the website and it shows you everything. And like it shows like there are so many courses that I teach. It's like amazing how many things I have been able to like help with, to understand, to shift through, to like embrace the energy of, to recode, right? Like higher functioning systems are available on the planet. We just weren't taught them. And I just happen to have a lot of fucking traumatic experiences to the point where I had to recode them. It was that or die. And I had to, right? And so once I figured it out, and you know, for some light worker, I think for a lot of way showers, it happens like that. And, you know, whatever, way showers, if that's what you want to say. But the people that came to really like speak up at the top of their lungs, man, it's done in a way that's painful. The way that we learn these lessons is fucking painful. But when you're on the other side of that, no one can take that shit away from you because you know, right? Like, and when you know and you have the ability, and then once you know, it's what you do with it, right? And so I have been able to, like, it's part of my mission to be able to teach you guys and to create these things. So, okay, amazing. So yes, Dump the Junk is on the website, moonbabetribe.com. And then you can also find the link here. If you go to my profile on Instagram, it's at Moonbabes and the Light Tribe, which is this channel that we are talking on right now. And you can click on my little profile icon and then go to the link in my bio. That's my main page. Okay, so you can scroll through all of the things. So, what symptoms do men have, Alicia? The same except the menstrual cycle part. Yes, they do. Yep. It's the same. Well, let me put it this way. I'm not a man, so I don't know. And I can't tell you that I've talked to a whole lot. I generally speak to like 90%. 90% of my clients are women. So I can speak a lot more to that than to the men. But a lot of it has to do with, you know what happens in men more so in the few that I've like worked with is there's a clamping of the chakra pillar a whole lot more. I think women have an ability to mostly keep it more open, but for men, it's like it's like there's like a clamping and like a shutdown kind of energy field that happens too, but it's pretty similar. Just from I have limited experience, but also they'll be, you know, it has to be similar because they're still human bodies. So it has to be like, you know, somewhat similar when we, you know, feel a trend to that. So, yeah, any of those of you that are interested in Dump the Junk, as of today, we have 15 kits that are available. So we have 15 more spots, and then the price goes up tonight at midnight, just because we want to make you get it now so that you don't run short. We're hoping that everybody gets their kits as close to the date as possible, right? So also the price was supposed to change at the beginning of the month, but I've kept it a little longer because I really I wanted to make it affordable for everybody on this, right? And we're shipping out over $100 worth of materials to you. So that's it's been a lot of work to put this all into and packaged and everything else. So I hope that you treasure it and that you make it work for you, for your family, for your people, right? You can make a huge impact learning these skills. And some of you may be like closet healers, right? And you don't, or whatever. You just want to do this for yourself, and that's enough. Do it for yourself. Do it for your family. I promise you, when you're doing better than all your neighbors, all your friends, all your communities, they're going to be like, how are you doing so good? You're going to be like, funny you should ask. There's this thing I do, right? And that's how it happens. Is a lot of times people are like, I don't know, until you're leveling up and they're spiraling down and they're like, wait, what the fuck did you do? Right? Like, what moisturizer did you use? How did you? But not really. You know what I mean, though? Like, yeah, people notice. So, okay, cool. Those are the things. Okay, I love you guys. For dump the junk. Okay, ask me any dump the junk questions. We'll close out like this just because that's like the next thing that's coming up. And we've talked about a lot of things tonight. So, okay. Christine, can we only clear people in person? No, you will be able to clear people long distance. However, for those of you that have never practiced long distance healing skills or like remote things or working with clients one-on-one, I would not advise doing this until you actually like really understand how to access long distance kind of energy. For all of you, for example, that are like Reiki masters, this is going to be a no-brainer. All of you that understand, right? In Reiki, we have this symbol that's called Daikomyo, and like we can move through, right? You can move through, even if you don't, whatever. You don't have to have Reiki, but if you can have access to, like, for example, the way that we do astral travel, like, astral projection kind of skills. There's many practices of energy. You don't have to have anything, like be attuned to anything. But as long as you know that you can access other people's energy fields and you can project your energy and you know how to hold that connection and how to stabilize it, if you know how to do long distance healing kind of thing, however you do it, because you know it's a part of your mission, then yes, you will be able to do this, okay? You'll just have to practice in a different way, like meaning not practice, but you'll just have to like go through the steps in a different way. And the person is going to have to be like conscious on the other side. So they're going to want to be like, it's best if it's like a Skype session, right? Or like a Zoom session, that kind of stuff. So, but we'll go over it. We will go over it. So for example, my friend that has been doing this, because I don't even have a kit yet. I need to get mine, but Kelsey has them all because like she picked them up and it's just been this whole shipping situation. But anyways, but because I have her and she's one of my bestest friends, right? So like, I am thankful, and like all of you like will be a best friend to someone. I promise you that once you learn how to do this. And this is very much like her gift. So of the physical body, she speaks physical body like I speak astral planes, just so that we understand each other. So anyways, she cleared my family like overseas, completely overseas, right? So like you can totally do this, and she has clients all over the planet. So you can do it in person. You can do it long distance. Absolutely. So I am so excited. And like so many of you, like, I feel like Kelsey was telling me about like the kits that we're sending out, the dump the junk kits that are going out. She's like, okay, we have 2 in Canada. We have like, 1 in the UK. We have New Zealand. We have Australia. And like, I was looking at it and I was like, oh my gosh, every country is going to have one person. To me, it's like if every country can have one person to clear them, your whole country could be your clients. Like, you realize that? It's amazing. It's amazing. It's amazing. But like, at least there's a way to do it physically, because I know that there's a lot of people that are doing this kind of clearing in all sorts of different ways. But this is like all of the ways. It's a physical detox via physical like pressure points and physical release of the body. So you will have a physical release. A lot of people do it inside of the genetics of the DNA and can do it and have access to doing that. Like I can do that. A lot of people can do that. A lot of healers can clear out the frequency of it. But the physical part of it, that's a whole other situation. And that's what this covers too. So it's very like all encompassing. Okay. So it's like a whole new thing. And then you know that it's like, it's as close as possible to never having had it. Duh! Which is amazing, which is what we want. Okay, so. Whew, amazing. Powerful. This is good to hear. Fuck yes. Hi, Betsy. I'm so glad you're here. I know that you text me and I have your text. It has been a long day. Hi, loves. I connect with so many of you on here. Amazing. Batman, we have Batman on. Apparently, I decided my Saturn return was going to be my time to wake up. 2 birds, maybe? Yes, Saturn return. Awakening. It's a good time. Make Saturn your friend. Make Saturn your friend. Yes. Yes. Thank you for being so open. Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah, sister. There are things like I have learned that like the more I get stable and the more I know things for sure, right? Like we're meant to be like open and we're meant to be honest. Like this is what we're here for, right? Like this is the stuff that has been kept from us. In the past, communication was not as open and people that would figure these things out, right? So somebody that had figured things out, like let's just say me, you know, like in the things that I have figured out and the way that I talk about them, I could choose, right, to hold them all for myself and hoard the power. Because now I know how to move through and now I know how to do this and how to do that. And the people in like secret societies, that's the shit that they do. They just hold it for themselves, right? Like at the very top, and then they have all of these minions. And it's like, this is the opposite of what we want. We want to share openly. This is empowering of the people. This is where we win by like helping each other and helping each other rise up. So there's a very important part of our human evolution, like evolution inside of physical human bodies, that has to do with really opening up and speaking truth. Yes, absolutely. Yes, it's my time to balance my masculine and feminine energy. That is the thing that we are all doing physically, emotionally, energetically, mentally. It is a thing. Catman says, as a guy, I'm top heavy on my chakras. Yeah. Oh, interesting. Like, are you saying with the thing, it's like, that's how it kind of, has affected you. Yeah. So thank you for sharing that. Rose says, you're amazing. Push me to do better every day. Oh, I am glad. If that is what I am known for, I will take it. I will be your cheerleader. Amazing. Okay. Yeah. And there's a thing with that. Catman is saying like hermit healer until they figure out how to translate to common language. And that's the thing. This is the infrastructure. It's the new infrastructure of our reality, right? First you go through, I feel like for me, I had to go through a whole incubation period. And that was 10 years. My awakening was in 2007, and that was like a closet healer. I was working at like law firms, modeling agency. I was working in like all sorts of different like areas, but the people close to me knew, and they'd be like, can you Reiki my back? Can you do that? You know, can you read my cards? Can you tell me what's going on with my energy field? But it was all hush. It was so hush, right? And it was like the secret thing. And then I didn't really have words to explain things. I didn't really have a way to like translate it into like a physical stuff, like the things that I saw, the things that I understood in the cosmic energy. I didn't know, right, to put a name to like the Akashic records, to the councils, to the higher selves, to the mapping of the chakras of the cosmos. You guys just wait and see when this fucking deck of cards comes out that will most likely contain the word fuck in it because we needed it because that's how we do. But you'll see I'm about to, it'll come next month. Like that's what we're going for is the new deck of cards. For now, let's just call it the Moon Babe deck, but we know it will have a special name, but, it will have all of the mapping. So all the mapping of all of the things that I have figured out over seriously, like since that day in 2007, that has come through, it's all like you'll have it. So you'll be like, fuck, this is a new framework of reality. But it takes time to translate, right? And so I had the courage to start talking about it in 2017. It took me 10 years. And then I thought I was going to die. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm talking about astral travel on the fucking internet. Like, oh, what are people going to think, right? And then you like start to find your words and find your rhythms and you grow stronger in your experiences and then you build a foundation. And once you build the foundation, like you have enough skills, right? You practice, you know it's true, it comes back to you, you have your, synchronicities, like you have your confirmations, it's really truly that way. You test it, then you can start to teach others. So once you get to a certain, like you move through things and then we can help others move through the same things. So amazing. Thank you, love. I already feel lighter. Oh, yay. I'm so glad. So glad. Okay, inner confidence related to sacral or solar. Mostly solar, yeah, but also your sacral is creation, so yes. Okay. Temple of Venus rising. Can this be done to someone in a wheelchair? Yes. If you're talking about the clearing with Dump the Junk, okay, yeah, we were talking about this. I get so ADD, you guys. Like, I really want to, like, be able to, like, answer the questions. Dump the junk. Focus, 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 focus. Or can someone in a wheelchair do it to themselves? Okay, so just in case certain pressure points aren't easy to get to. So that you will need a partner, okay? And everybody in this workshop will need a partner, and it's actually written on the page. It doesn't mean that you need it in order to learn it, but you need it in order to do it on yourself, because there are pressure points and things to access along the spine in the back that you won't be able to reach. And like there's certain things that certain moves to like detox the body that you're going to need another person to do. So generally speaking, people in a wheelchair can like be moved, you know, with help. So we should be able to do that. Yeah. And then I think it just kind of depends, but everyone can be cleared. From my understanding, everyone can be cleared. There's a little bit of a difference if somebody has a massive pre-existing, like if you have cancer or if you have like big conditions like diabetes that interfere with the energy of this, then there may be other clearings that are needed or other practices, right? If you're in like liver failure, right? Let's just say, and like, that's like a whole other thing. So generally speaking, we're going to address this stuff in the workshop, like where there's different, things that, you know, need to also be taken care of. But generally, as long as you have a partner and you can like touch certain points in the body and do this internally, meaning like mentally, and hold the energy and go through the protocols with the substances and the things that we send, it will work. So, okay, cool. But also if you want extra clarity, message me and then I can I can find out for certain. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I am like scrolling through. I see you all. I love you all. I know that you have lots of things to say here. I'm having so much trouble watching this. It keeps freezing. Oh, dang. Becky, I hope that the replay will work. Okay. Have you ever done acupuncture? Carla, yes, I have. What if the person is paralyzed? Does that interfere? Okay, thank you. Yeah, will you message me, Temple of Venus Rising? Send me a DM and ask me all these questions in a DM. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy and paste them and send them to my soul sister and like just make sure, because she is the one to ask. So I don't want to tell you something I don't know for sure. Okay? All right, my loves, dump the junk. Make sure that if you want to register and join us for this massive clearing of the thing to shift the vibration inside your body from either the shedding effects or the actual thing and the poisons inside of your body or in preparation for it so that it doesn't affect you, catch the shifting price point tonight. Okay, you can get it at a discount until tonight. It's the early bird, but I let it go until tonight. So it's early bird pricing until tonight at midnight, and then after that it goes to regular price, and then it's going to be live on Saturday, and we're shipping everything out. So like you're gonna get your kit, you're gonna be able to help all the people. It's amazing. And make sure that you read through the page. It says what you're receiving, and like for international shipping, I have updates at the bottom of the page, but you can ask me any questions, okay? Like you can DM me on that. So excited for everybody registering. Like I said, we have 15 spots left. So make sure that you grab yours. And yeah, only because it's not that we want to like exclude people. It's just that we put together so many kits, which was a labor of love. And so those are the ones that we have for now. Okay. I love you all. And then for everything else, go to the website, moonbabetribe.com. And I think I'm just going to send you an email to remind you, and I'll do a flash sale on Dancing with the Light for all the Ascension symptoms, because we talked about it tonight. And why the hell not? Happy month of new adventures. I love you all. Stay in the high timelines. It's Sonia G. This is the Moon Babes Monday Night Live. Thanks for hanging with me tonight and like raising your vibe. We're doing amazing things. So go and trust yourself.